Alright, I think we can go ahead and get started. So, pretty much what we're going to do is we are going to remember Mewzical today. She joined us quite a while back. She'd been a staple of this community for, gosh, say 2018. What year is it? 23? Yeah. Why is it so hard to remember this year? Welcome, Dusty. So I'm going to basically give you guys a little rundown, and then we're going to open up the mic and let anybody that wants to share an idea or a memory or anything you want to say. We'll just go down the list and let people say whatever they would like. Don't feel like you have to, but if you want to, I'm more than happy to give you the microphone. I am Fogletta, the merry band leader of this crazy group of people, and Mewzical has been quite a staple in my events for the last couple of years. It felt really awkward when she wasn't there at that last event. I was for sure she was on her way, but she never came. And one of the one thing that I had most really hit home is like on this whole last campaign that we were doing to get her dragon. Um, she wanted to quit 100 times. She just didn't feel like she was up to it, and we just kept pushing her and pushing her and pushing her and bringing her with us, dropping portals for her to get through the hard bits. And we got her all the way to the end, to the point where she just had to spend a little of her currency to get it. And so that one goal that the one thing that she really wanted, we just kept driving her towards it and said, you know what, you're going to get your wings, you're going to get your wings, you're going to get your wings. And, we got her to the finish line. So, to me, she kind of finally did get her wings. So she's going to be terribly missed. I can't express that enough. I mean, my new player events won't be the same without her. None of my events will be the same without her. And I'm really glad that we were able to share those 5 years with her and get to know her. And so, from the bottom of my heart to her family, I thank you so much for sharing her with us. I know that we took some of her time away from you guys, and I can tell you that all of us were touched by her being here, and we really appreciate the time that we had with her. So thank you. Gma, I know you wanted to say some things. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to you first.
My character won't move.
Hit enter.
There I am. So I just wrote it down so I wouldn't have to think about what I wanted to say. In July 2018, Mewzical joined Gaiscioch in one of my Saturday events and loved the community so much she started coming to my events. She also loved it so much she started going to Darcy's events and Micah's events, and she was just having a great time. But in the beginning, one time we had a conversation about why she named her character Mewzical. And she was in a band for a long time in Colorado. I can't remember. I keep on wanting to say she played a sax. I don't know if I'm wrong or not. And I know after she moved, she tried playing in a band too. Mewzical wrote music. I remember some mention of her getting hired to write music for some of her music buddies. And if I remember correctly, her name was a combination of her love for music and her love for cats. In real life, she loved music, horses. We talked about horses a lot, and in her younger days. And she loved to paint to relax. Mewzical helped family when she could, and was really close to her niece and family. Mewzical was a great friend the last 5 years, and I will miss her stories and pictures. She cheered up my events, and even through her physical pain, she always ended with an encouraging word. I will truly miss her "Good morning, Jima" on Saturday mornings. And the last 2 weeks have been rough with that. I keep on looking for her. But I know she will be watching over us as we remember the good play times we had with her. Thank you.
Thank you, Jima. Would anybody else like to say some words?
Sure, I would.
Go ahead, CJ. You can stand next to it if you like.
Sure. I didn't know Mewzical for a huge amount of time, but we went and had some fun in the same events. And what I remember most about her, she was always getting lost. She was so funny. But she would always recuperate. We'd help her out. She'd get lost again. Just a funny, really sweet individual. I'm going to miss her too.
Thank you, CJ. Anybody else?
I would like to say something. When I first met Mewzical, she was outgoing and she got lost a lot. And I'm going to miss her on the events. That's all.
Thank you, Capera.
I have something I'd like to say.
Go ahead, Washful.
I don't have any specific instances, but I remember that she was always there and always had my back. I do remember her getting lost a lot and chasing after her. I remember she brought a lot of humor to the team, and she was such a staple. Somebody we could always count on. We're not always, really consistent in the amount of time that we play, but she was just always there. Just even just sometimes on just to somebody who was available to play when no one else was around. It was really great. Definitely gonna miss her.
Thank you, Washful. Dusty, lighten up, but I don't hear anything.
She's working on her microphone.
Nope.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yay! Apparently the new mics come with a feature. I really, this year I've been so busy doing the Mustang event, and I've really missed like chatting with Mewzical. I've logged in a few times and I'd hoped to, see her, because I always remember how much she enjoyed staying after events and chatting with me about horses. So she was just always such a light. I was so sad to hear, we didn't know about her passing until I just walked inside. Greg's like, "Hey," but I really do miss her already after, not being able to, play with her all year that I've been doing this Mustang thing.
I got something from the family to say. On behalf of our family, we wanted to say to the group, thank you all for both bringing this together and being here tonight. She would have truly loved to be remembered this way. We are also thankful for all the friends she has made here in the Guild. Just as an FYI, we had to talk to her often to get her to her location, but her home truly was the Guild.
Thank you.
That's lovely.
does anyone else have something they'd like to say?
I am going to try.
Darcy?
Sorry, guys.
Take your time, kid.
It's all right.
I became really attached to musical. It started off as me chasing her around, trying to get her back to where she is supposed to be. So I was always watching out for her, no matter what event was going on. I knew where she was at all times, and I'd go and kind of lead her back. And she would call me her guardian angel. She didn't have to worry because she knew I was there. I was watching for her. I will miss her. We spent hours talking. Um, she had so much to say. She loved this game. She loved life. Life wasn't always the greatest for her. She went through a lot of struggles, but she persevered. And she would tell you, it was because of God. She had strong beliefs, and we talked about that. And so I don't forget. I want to make sure everybody knows that she always said her niece was just like her daughter. She loved her niece so much. Um, she was laughter and light, and she was smart. If you'd ever just sit and talk to her, she had so much knowledge about so many different things, and she had really good advice. I would have some bad times, and I would just sit there literally for 2 hours. For me, it was 11 o'clock at night, just talking and her helping me through things. And the greatest thing she did was moving from Colorado, because in Colorado she was struggling, she couldn't breathe, and I'm like, you need to get close to your family, spend time with your family. I'm so happy that she was able to do that. And obviously, when she moved, things didn't work out as well as she wanted, but she got to paint. And there's so many pictures that she painted. I have more that I can post up, but she was so happy that where she was, um, even though the situation wasn't as great as she wanted it to be, but she saw the bright side to it. She saw the beauty in nature. She just loved her family. She loved this game, and she loved all of us. That's the one thing. She never had a bad thing to say about anybody. She just loved being part of our family here in Gaiscioch. And I will always remember her.
Thank you, Darcy. Do you have anybody else that would like to say a few words? Alrighty, everybody. I definitely want to thank you for coming out today. This shrine will be sitting here for the permanent future, so this is the resting place that it'll be. If you want to come out here, I will leave the teleporters up for a while. If you walk up to it, it does say a little message. And at this point, I welcome you all to come out and join us for a little bit of a Rift Hunt, which was one of the newer activities that Mewzical enjoyed. We will be doing it in the mainland Yeah, we can take a picture. Let's go ahead and get a picture. Everyone get in here. Line up with your back to the tree if you can. Can somebody type it in chat for anyone that's not in Discord? And try to move to the sides of me. That way I can get everybody in here. A stubborn bush. Put that bush there.
I love that there's the sky scale or the dragon floating around in the sky above.
Hey, Cal said, the main thing I remember is that in the events where I died, which was frequently, when I looked up, it was always musical